too seriously. And the audio as well, it's not...
Well, it's a similar thing. It doesn't always take it too seriously. It depends on what the content is, right? If it's maybe like a raid or a big boss encounter, maybe. But
so that's it.
But maybe like it depends on what it is. If it's for sailing, then it kind of falls into that realm of not too serious, but still serious.
But when is it serious?
But when?
And So we've had to go into sailing and work out the kind of character of it and kind of integrate that into Old School and work out how the art should express that. It's been a journey. I'm really proud. I must say I'm really proud of where we're at. I feel like we do have something that maybe has advanced the kind of visual fidelity of Old School slightly and has kind of refined some things, but what we're left with is definitely something I feel like is homogenous. It feels like it's part of Old School. And that's really bizarre. When you jump on a boat and you're sailing and it looks like you're still in Old School, it's a very bizarre experience that I'm excited for people to have their first experience of that.
Yeah, I appreciate as well. We were talking earlier at lunch and we were talking about trying to avoid stereotypes with sailing.
Yeah.
And I really love that you mentioned that and you went through that, and that's something that was consciously in your mind when you developed the art for it.
For sure. I think, like, unfortunately, maybe a lot of people going to sailing might have had a fixed idea of what that journey will be for them and what it will feel like. And maybe they'll think of Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever kind of, like, popular culture there is out there. And that's actually, though there is a little bit of that in Old School, it's got its own thing going on. And
yeah. Likewise, we were like, we're not doing pirates. This is not a pirate game. It's a sailing. So it's two different worlds there. So it's important to kind of make that segregation.
I'm excited for players to see it. Do you have a favorite new asset or, like, for example, track or piece of art that you worked on? And Elena, piece of content?
I didn't make the art for it. That's for sure. That would have not been good. But I personally love the bank crab. Like, it's such a cool asset. It's really cool. And I didn't expect it. It just showed up one day and I was like, that's awesome.
Yes.
It's hard. I mean, I worked on so much of it, so it's hard to pick a favorite. I think Scrongly really kind of encapsulated the team energy towards the end, so definitely relating to that. But genuinely, I'm really proud of the boats, the skiff, the sloop, and the raft. I think those three, just very proud of them.
Yep. Favorite track?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, favorite track, there's too many, isn't there, really? I think from all the oceans, I think my favorite will have to be the Ardent Ocean, because that's where you start. And I think the listening experience of when you get in your boat and listen to those tracks for the first time, I think that's quite a special moment, because that's when you kind of start your epic sailing journey, and hearing that Ardent Ocean music tracks that's also good. There's loads. I mean, the login page track as well is just phenomenal. There's so much involved in all the music and all the oceans, so it's such a hard question, but probably Ardent Ocean.
Is that the one we played in the release date trailer?
Yeah. In the very first trailer.
The players have heard it already.
That's right.
I saw a lot of comments about them liking it.
That's good stuff.
I'm going to say as well to anyone watching right now, make sure that when you're playing sailing, play with the sound on. Enjoy those sounds. A follow-up question as well. Do you have a favorite sound effect that you worked on for sailing?
I think there's a lot of activities and facilities on the boat. The cannons, I think, sound amazing. They just sound perfect. The projectiles, they go and they explode. It's just, Mod Jamesy did that, and I keep telling him how much I love it. So Mod Jamesy, if you're watching this, thank you, mate. Great sounds. And then I think the ocean ambiences are great as well. We kind of put a lot of work into making each region of the ocean have its specific set of sounds. You've got the Ardent Ocean going down to the unquiet, shrouded ocean, and we worked a lot with Mod Lenny and Mod Nin and Mod Ed to make sure we had like an ambient system, so that when you transition from one region to another, the sounds will change with them, and they change really seamlessly. So, I think that kind of whole environment and atmosphere just adds a lot to sailing, and I think that as a whole would probably be one of my additional favorites. Yeah.
Great. So Elena and Surma, I think you both met Alan Walker himself, right, when he came down. Can you tell us a little bit more about what it was like working with him, or even just meeting him?
I'll start. It was really cool. So I didn't really know what to expect, but he struck me as a very down-to-earth guy. He's a player at the end of the day, and we just ended up talking about the game a lot. He was also shocked to hear that I'm Norwegian, and we just kind of talked Norwegian for a bit as well, which was cool. And yeah, my mom was kind of more starstruck on my behalf, I think, when I told her afterwards. But yeah, it was really cool. We've never really had a partnership like that, I think, which is neat, but exciting. And I hope we get to see more of that kind of stuff going forwards as well.
It's not every day that you get to meet and work with someone like Alan. His, musical knowledge and his talents are just amazing. And when we brought him into the studio and we kind of worked together on the sailing login track, that was a really, really awesome moment. And, just kind of collaborating like that was great. I feel really privileged to have been able to do that with him and work with him. So, yeah, a great, great experience.
Huge career highlight, I bet.
Yeah.
Modelena, we describe you, and the players do as well, as the head of sailing. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
How has it been seeing these wonderful creative people that we work with bringing your designs and obviously the team's designs to life? Like, just describe that feeling.
It's heartwarming. I'm so proud of what the team